Hi, guys. Welcome into the podcast. I'm Lady Angel Fire.
Gilly.
And that's G. He's
Yeah, G Boogie. Yeah, I was
He's
looking up.
no
I
doubt.
was staring at the screen like I was watching us.
and that's G zoning out over there eating his sun chips. And we are two dudes and a chick. Um, so thank you for joining. We're gonna jump right into it. It's gonna be we're gonna try to rein ourselves in today. Don't be afraid to give us feedback if you can't hear the guys, or you can't hear me, or you hear too much of me. Just don't be afraid to give us some feedback. So we're gonna start with Gilly and
All right,
Gilly's
so
Gilly's thing.
we're getting hot and heavy. We're getting heavy real quick. So, let's just talk about the dating life nowadays. I know Boogie's married and Angel Fire's married. So, y'all don't really know what it's like as
Yeah,
the dating life nowadays.
yeah, next
But
next
like,
week it'll be 17 years for me.
yeah, see,
Nice, congratulations.
congrats. But yeah, no, so like the dating life, like, some people when they're talking to people and stuff like that, they finally get to know somebody and they really want to, they kind of feel that connection right off the spot. And, it's for some people, for guys, I know in particular, it's really hard for us to open up. Like, and I know Boogie's, he's probably right there with me. Like, guys,
Yeah.
it takes us a long time to open up, to get soft with a female, especially now today day and age. Like, it's just, I don't know about you, Boogie, but like it's just different. Like, you can't.
Well, for men, it's nowadays it's frowned upon. Women don't really a lot of nowadays women don't really or like this generation coming up.
Yeah,
They don't really like when men are open up, soft, or talk about their feelings and stuff like that because it makes them think that it makes them think that they're less of a man. But in reality,
because I
it
mean
doesn't.
we're raised as, be tough, go to work, come home, pay the bills, support the family, be there for your wife. There's no, you know we're not raised to talk about our issues. We're not raised to, if we got something mentally going on, oh, that's not a thing. That doesn't exist with guys. Like that, what is that? Like, we were never raised to talk about our issues. As a man, we were told, you go to work, you pay the bills, you are there for your wife as mental, emotional, and, physical and financial support. But, you're not really there for there's no other way around. If you get the help the other way around, you're a softie. You're a deadbeat because you can't pay the bills. You're there's all these other things that give you a reason or frowned upon, like you said, to not be like mentally okay. Like, you can't mentally go out and go get mentally checked without getting frowned upon. It sucks. I don't understand it. Like, it really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
But
and what? And apparently he wants to watch me talk. Um, and what a lot of women don't understand is that like when the sex life is not exactly what it maybe used to be, or what they're hoping, what they don't realize is that if your man is stressed about money, if he's stressed about work, if he's stressed about what's going on in this box, he can't pay attention or in this box, which
yeah.
is, the sex life or the romance or like the affection part. Like,
And
because,
that's what ruins a lot of relationships too, because like a lot of women don't seem to understand is, you know, when guys are down, sex isn't always going to fix the issue.
mm-mm.
Mhm.
Like, when you're stressed out, just because you can, offer sex, it isn't gonna always fix the issue.
No.
There's more to and because that's how guys are portrayed because we never open up. We're not allowed to open up. So it's like a constant circle, you know, of just like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. It's just one of
Right.
those things. Like you can't talk about it, and because you can't talk about it, it affects your relationship, and then because it affects your relationship, you're never in a relationship because it never lasts long enough to get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what was the other part down here? I was on a roll and then I got lost right here. But like it's a constant circle all the way around. Like it affects it every single time. And the thing is like they don't we're not as simple as they portray us to be.
No, you're not. No, I would agree. Because if you're in a relationship and things aren't quite feeling like, hey, we're not quite connected on the affectionate part or the companionship, like that's your cue to check in and
Yeah.
say, hey, what's going on? And then, but be ready for the, well, this is what's going on. And it's not a personal attack on us. It's just when we check in and we get a response, our instinct is there's something wrong with me, or I didn't do something adequate enough for him.
See, and that's the thing. Like that's how it's that's how we're all raised. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like wired in us now because like you're thinking that as a woman, but as a man, we're thinking that without even having you to say anything. We're always thinking, well, we got to provide. We've got to make sure, there's food on the kids or in the wife's stomachs or girlfriend or whatever the case may be. Food in your stomachs, a roof over your head, a car to drive,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all of that. We are trained and wired to provide. But at the same time, if we can't match up to that, then we start feeling down. Or
Mm-hmm.
even if we have like an outside effect from it, like just a mental aspect, like just your anxiety, your depression taking the best of you, that affects it.
So let
But
me ask
then
let me ask you, Gilly, what led to this being a topic for you today?
it's just something I've always wanted to kind of mention and talk about, but kind of put into my own words.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Obviously, don't
I've
release names, but like,
Well, yeah, I've been through a lot um in the past year or two with a few different people, and y'all know who those people are.
mm-hmm.
But um it's made me realize, sitting back and realizing, this society is just fucked. There's no other way of putting it
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, but
Right, not wrong, bro. Not
I
wrong.
No.
mean, we're all trained in this way of doing things. Like we're all I just like everything I just said, we're all wired that way, but at the same time it's like it's not fucking working.
Well, like my
It's
daughter, she was dating a guy for a little over a year, and really liked the kid. Seemed really genuine. Seemed like he really cared about her. Um, but then one day I sat him down and I said, "Look, like it seems like you two are getting really serious, and you know, she was in the hospital, and he came to see her maybe once while she was in the hospital."
yeah.
And I was, because my daughter had a liver transplant when she was 5 months old, so she's had a lot of health issues. She has a very like heavy medical thing, So I sat him down. I said, if you're gonna be serious with her, um, I'm gonna need you to like be more involved with her medical, ask questions, like be there, because when you two shift over to engaged and married, I'm out of the picture, and it's you.
And you need to know this stuff.
And
That's the
you need
thing.
to
Like
know this, right? And
you need to be informed, like, and know
right.
every little thing about it.
And about 2 weeks later, he broke up with her.
Mm.
And it's like,
See, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I kind of understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, he could have done it a different way.
right. But he also like gave this cop out excuse of, I just don't have time for our relationship that you deserve. And it's like, and then the very next weekend, he's all on Snapchat up at the lake with the guys. And it's like, how about you just be honest? How about you just say, I don't
Yeah.
think I can handle, I don't think I can handle the seriousness of what comes with you. Just
That's
say
ex-
that.
that- that's exactly right. Like that's when you start to get into what you think a possible relationship, and you're talking to someone, and I don't know, I know a couple of other different guys. Boogie, I don't know about you personally, but like when you meet, because you've been married for how long now?
Going on being married for 6 years this year.
Okay, so like, but to think back 6 years ago or whatever, or maybe 7 or 8 before when y'all first started talking. I don't know, like if you had like bad relationships before her or whatnot.
Uh, I had one bad relationship, and basically, she was very, very toxic. Like when we broke up, she messaged me, and said some things that were like, kind of like,
Or you
kind
kind
of,
of turned your head sideways and
oh
kind of like,
my God, dude, like I remember when, like I said, like we dated for like 6 or 7 months, and I didn't know she was crazy. I didn't know she was crazy. She was thrown off. I mean,
yeah. But
she was
like
thrown.
after, so what I was getting at is like after that relationship, and then you met your wife now, or however that worked. You know, it was kind of hard for you to open up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. 'Cause like I said, that girl that I did date or whatever. Like I said, I bought her. I bought her all types of shit. That's all I did was work. I worked and bought her shit. I was living with my grandmother, so it's like I would go out work or whatever, and all the money I made, I'll just spend it on her, take her out places, buy her this and that or whatever. And she broke up with me or whatever, and basically she was kind of just like, oh, you should, go kill yourself and shit like that. And I
Yeah,
was just like, well, first off, I ain't killing myself over any woman, but you
yeah.
know.
Good night.
But
But
Jeez.
but yeah, toxic. Like I said, throw it off crazy. I hope and pray to God every day that that woman grow up, and it's funny too because her son is actually best friends with my son at school, so it's weird.
oh my gosh.
Oh,
But
wow.
from seeing everything, it looks like she's actually in a lot better place than what she was all those years ago, I'm guessing.
Well,
And I
that's
just
good.
pray and hope to God that, that she has a better influence to people and, to herself, and that, that's all I can do is hope and pray that, it
Maybe it
worked
was
out for
just
her
a
the best.
phase.
Hey, it could have been. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't have any regrets. I don't, I don't hold any, what's the term?
A
I'm having a
grudge.
blank right now. Grudge. I don't hold any grudges. So, like I said, I just hope that, whatever she's doing out there, she's flourishing, I hope she's living her life and I hope she succeeds. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Most.
If there's one thing she taught me is it's how a woman shouldn't treat you, or well, she taught me that that's how a woman shouldn't be. That's how you should be treated by a woman. In my defense, that's what I've learned from it.
Yeah, so like that's another that saying I heard recently. I can't remember where I heard it from. It was from another podcast. I think it was off of like TikTok or some shit because I watch TikTok like every day, all day. But they said the one of the biggest issues we have in relationships and in marriages and overall, man to woman or woman to man is guys were raised to we know how to treat a woman, but we don't know how we're supposed to be treated by a woman.
Well, one of those things is we're growing up in a generation where a lot of fathers are absent. A lot of kids are growing up without dads and stuff like that, and or they're growing up with a lot of mothers. This is a generation where you're also growing up without mothers and stuff like that too. So I feel like an aspect of it, you know, men or boys aren't being taught how to be a man or how to treat people properly, and they're just, going off of what their friends are, just hanging out with their friends and learning
Yeah,
bad habits from them. And it's like, if you don't have a father figure in your life or someone that you can look up to growing up, that's seriously going to affect what you become when you get older.
it
And
is.
a father will teach you how to survive, and a mother would teach you how to love. So if your mother's not there and ain't there constantly, you will never learn how to do certain things like that.
That's true.
And you don't get to see that relationship dynamic work together.
Yep.
You don't.
Yeah, like
You,
in action growing up over
right.
time.
Like, fortunately, so before I met my husband, I was a single mom of two, and he was a single dad of one. And when we got together, it was a 6 months of like us having to shed what we had built up on our own. Like, I had my way of disciplining and my thoughts of disciplining, and he had his. And they clashed hard.
If, if there's one thing I've learned, it takes roughly 2 years to get used to being with somebody and learning their habits and everything.
It does.
But,
Because, like I said, my
a rule that we made, because we were a blended family, a rule that we made was, number one, we're not going to quit. Like,
Yep.
we understand that this is going to be growing and changing, and we're just not going to quit. And then the other rule was there was no half sibling, step sibling. It was, we were a family. These are your brothers. This is your sister. Like, that's it. There's no, we didn't allow that stigma of, oh, you're just a stepchild, or, oh, you're just a half. Like, no, love makes you whole. And so that's, but further to your point, Gilly, is that like another rule that my husband and I have is that we're not allowed to carry our burdens alone. We're married.
Yeah.
We're a couple. And if you choose to carry that burden on your own, you don't get to take it out on me. And
It's true.
we call each other on it. We're like, like he'll start getting grumpy or he'll start snapping at me, and I'm like, hold up, what's going on? Because you haven't shared with me what's going on, but yet you're taking it out on me, and that's not okay. Like, let's talk about it. Tell me what I can do to help you, even if it's just listening. But we're married, we're a couple, which means we don't carry our burdens alone. And as long as you have that foundation, like, we've gotten through a lot. Over 17 years, we've gotten through a lot of stuff. And if it wasn't for my husband, I don't think I would have survived half the crap we've been through.
Yeah. Because a lot of times, the guy has to be the rock, and he holds everything together. But at the same time, when that rock is cracked, or is even just a little bit severed to the point where that foundation is not going to hold whatever is above it, then
Well,
you might as well just kiss that goodbye.
we've had a couple. We've had a couple of situations where I had to be the rock, where he was like, this is your strength, this is your wheelhouse, and I'm going to depend on you to lead it. And so then I'm the rock in that situation, and being able to shift that back and forth,
Yeah,
I think made us stronger.
that's true.
Yeah. Like I said, we all have our own faults and our own differences, and um, like I said, I've been married for going on 6 years now, and you know, I have my moments where I just wake up in a bad mood, and I try like hell to, like my version of like if I'm in a bad mood or whatever, I try not to talk. I say to myself, I keep quiet. Um, I feel like that, the less I say, the less I have a chance of, going off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I have my moments when like I said, I do have an attitude problem at times. I've always had one growing up. I don't know. Uh, I've been working on it for years. I'm always happy go lucky, but it's like, I don't know, it's just me and my wife talk about it all the time. It's like the slightest thing could just set me off for some reason, and then I'm just like in a bad mood like the rest of the day. But like I said, like I said, I work on it every single day. I know for a while there, about a year and a half ago, I was struggling really bad with it, and I got really depressed and uh, bad off for a second there. But hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Powered through it. Me and her did. It was really rough because, like I said, I was really depressed then.
Yeah, I
But
completely get it.
it's but that's one thing that's one thing she didn't give up on me, and I love her to death, and I thank God every day that I have her.
Nice. Do you have anything to wrap up, Gilly? Before we move to the
Um,
next thing?
just next time when when you're to the females that are listening, next time a guy opens up to you, hear him out, and if you got a second option in line behind him, just hold off on a minute because if he's opening up to you, he thinks there's something there that he can eventually build with down the road, and it's really hard for guys to open up. So just think about that next time before you make your next move. And
You
I'm
know,
done.
that's I got one more thing to add. Speaking of that, waiting. When I met my wife, I literally had like nothing.
Yeah, same.
Like I said, I had a roommate. I really didn't have anything. I really didn't have anything going for me at the time. My wife was the one that pretty much picked me up uh and made me the man that I am now. I mean, she helped me through everything. She helped me get a job in the plants. She helped me get my first vehicle, one of my first vehicles. She helped me, I mean, do everything. And like I said, I thank God every day, and I can never thank her enough for all the stuff she's done for me over the years. And it's when you have somebody as strong as she is, or whatever, or a woman in your life that is that strong and independent, it's just it's amazing because she's a role model to everybody. Everybody
Yeah,
just would look at her as a role model and stuff. And I feel like we need a lot more women like that in the world.
we do.
Agreed. So the next segment that we wanted to do, I've been seeing this a lot, and I'm really entertained by it, and it's really engaging with the audience. And that's, am I the asshole? um, so I went over to Am I the Asshole on Reddit, and I found an interesting one. So I'll read it, and then we'll get some feedback. Um, so, Am I the Asshole for Splashing Women with Water at the Pool is the title. So swimming is my hobby, and this is a female 31. So, swimming is my hobby and how I keep healthy. My favorite swimming pool is at a local university. As a graduate, I have access, but they also have community hours when people from the town can pay and swim. It doesn't do lane swimming, but typically everyone knows to stay away from those doing laps. I was doing laps at the far end of the pool wall on my side, so I couldn't move if I wanted to. I was mid-session when two women my age jumped right in front of me and just stood there by the wall on the shallow end. I couldn't stop in time and pushed from the wall between them, forcing them to move aside. I was being more careful next lap, but they just kept standing there. There was plenty of space on the other side of the pool where they could stand and chat without bothering anyone, but they chose to stand right in front of me. So I continued swimming, pushing from the wall, If they refused to move, I just turned in water, making sure to make a big splash. I took a break to drink some water, and one of them started screaming at me how I got her hair all wet. Told her it's her fault and continued swimming. She waited for me in the changing rooms and went on about how I was inconsiderate and I ruined her hair. I told her to fuck off. She started going off at me and started screaming, calling me an asshole and a bitch. I grabbed my stuff and I went to one of the cubicles to have a shower and change. When I was leaving, they were talking to the manager. One of them was crying about her hair. I told my sister and she thinks I was an asshole, but I didn't think so before. Now with my sister agreeing, I worried that I might have been. Am I the asshole?
Let me get on this real quick because now I'm just like in it right here.
me too.
Okay, first off, you are not an asshole, right? In my defense, I do not think you're an asshole at all. First off, them two women intruded on your space. All right. Secondly, it's a swimming pool. If you don't want your hair wet, don't get in it.
That's exactly the line I was gonna say. Like, why are you complaining about getting your hair wet? You're in a freaking pool.
This
Yeah.
goes back to my phrase: other people's kids.
Yeah. So here's an edit just to add. I was the only person there when they came in. They had the whole pool to stand. They chose to purposely stand in front of me without swimming at all. The next addition that she added was the pool is 25 meters long and you swim lengthwise from deep to shallow end and back. They had the whole shallow end wall free except for the meter so I used for kicking off. I didn't take the whole shallow end. Who would do laps there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just trying to start something. That's like that Luke Combs thing I was looking at the other day. There's these two ladies, they were complaining about this. You know, it was a bigger guy. He went to a concert and, you know, they were complaining about how it was uncomfortable to sit beside him because he's a bigger guy in a stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, BMO.
But no. So like they were, you know, I feel like there's just those people, I call them Karens and Lindas, that just, you know, want to start something because just because they can. I don't know
People are
why. Yeah, but like,
People are so petty. I love it.
Yeah, you ruined my hair. Oh my god. Like,
but you're in a pool.
wear a shower cap if you don't want your hair wet in the pool. Like, they make
Yeah,
caps
for
to
real.
protect your hair. And you had the
Shit,
whole
you
other
better-
pool.
Those women
I-
should be lucky. They could have got drowned by her, but
Yeah, for real. Or better yet, just go into the hot tub where you can't do laps. Like,
yeah, like I said, you know, that kind of brings up like the whole gym. You know, people doing videos in gyms and stuff, and like shaming people in the gyms. You know, stuff like that. You know, when somebody's there and they're trying to better themselves, and you know, there's literally people every day that literally get in front of them or stand in the way, or you know, try to go out of their way to shame somebody or to make their life more difficult. And those people are just, I ain't got it. I ain't got the words to even say.
yeah,
That's just insane to me. Just you know, like shaming people or like trying to make their life even harder. Like I said, you know, I'm the type of person is, you know, you get me, I'm gonna get back.
yeah, that's how I am.
You know, hey, you got in my way, you about to get wet.
And the thing is like, you know, they were probably shamed before they even went to the gym, so they would go to the gym. And then now that they're at the gym, they're still getting shamed for it. It just, you know, it's this society. Like I said earlier, it's just fucked. You know,
It's just fucked up. Yep.
it's fucked up.
All right.
Yeah, but I definitely don't think she's asshole.
Okay, so speaking of fucked up, G Boogie, your conspiracy.
Okay.
Oh God.
So Megan pull it Lady Angel Fowler or Gilly can pull it up for me.
I got it.
So a conspiracy they have
Isn't that like a good way to like? There's something you can do with mercury in bodies for some reason. I remember seeing this on something. Ah, crap.
I
It
don't
says
know.
it said medical historians think that that Benjamin Franklin knew about the bodies in the basement, but he just didn't know what was going on down there.
See, and that goes to like his his people that lived with him.
Yep. He got tons of friends and shit, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's interesting. What do we think, chat? What are your thoughts on this theory?
I just can't believe. I mean, just
I mean, he's on the freaking dollar. He's on one of the bills. Like
if I'm mistaken, he also signed the Constitution.
he did.
You know, and the chances that him could possibly being a serial killer is just insane to me.
And we thought
Like I
our
said,
government was just now starting, like recently, getting dark and twisted, and all of that. What if it started way back when?
Oh, oh,
let me ask you.
it did start way back when. It had, I mean, power.
Y'all know,
You know.
y'all know about the Freemasons, right?
Yeah,
Like, okay, so tell me what y'all know about the Freemasons.
I've only heard about it. I haven't really talked about it.
Yeah,
Like
I've only heard about it.
I've heard another boogie talk about it, and I just sit there and listen because it's interesting.
Yeah, it's, I'm really big into my family history and my family heritage and this and that because my family, I trace back my family history or heritage all the way back to the 1400s of Scotland.
Hey, I'm a
But
McGregor
I,
from Scotland.
okay, okay. See, we have my family has apparently used to own a castle and everything out there. And we have a family. I have the family seal and everything over the arms.
That's
Um,
awesome.
on my mama's side, my great great grandfather, he came over from London and he moved to New Orleans and he died in New Orleans and he's in a tomb in Metairie. He was a Freemason. And apparently his father and the fathers before him were all Freemasons in London.
So weren't so in Assassin's Creed the Templars weren't they written
Yes, they
in
were Templar.
correlation
Not
to
yes.
they were the Freemason, like, to be historically correct, they just changed it to Templar.
Well, we was doing me and my mama was doing some research. 'Cause like I said, we don't know a lot about my mom's dad's side of the family. We don't know much. We know that now. We do have find that much out. Now, what we do know is that back in the 1800s, uh, 17, 1800s, the Freemasons were apparently once part of the Illuminati, and they split up. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, Assassin's Creed, they did a lot of historical research and stuff to like write that storyline and do the game. And so the Templars,
This
so
was my great great grandfather that was buried. He's a Freemason buried in their tomb in Metairie. That was him.
That's crazy.
He looks like he's from a prominent family.
He does.
yeah, he does.
And it goes on and on. I mean, it's insane the stuff that and like the only reason why we know that is because of this. This is his tombstone, and look at the symbol on it. I don't know if I can see it. Y'all can see it. This lighting's horrible.
That's the Templar symbol.
That is the symbol.
Yeah. And everybody from him on. So what we're thinking is, when he moved here to New Orleans, he didn't. The only way to join the Freemasons if you are either related or someone uh put your name and they all vote on it. And so what we're thinking is he didn't want his kids because he has sons. So what we're thinking is he didn't want any of his sons being a part of it because none of them have that symbol on their headstones. So we're thinking is once he died, he didn't want any of his kids being a part of it, so he wouldn't initiate them in. But all the fathers going back, they all have that symbol on their headstone.
I wonder if there was like it was taking a turn that
If
he didn't like, So he
It,
didn't want them to join.
it very well could have been, but it's going back and looking at all these tombstones is just I'm just dumbfounded at this point. Looking at my family history and just finding the amount of different things in it. It's
That's
mind
wild.
blowing to me. But apparently every man was in it and they were in it deep, apparently.
Kind of makes you wonder what kind of like ranking they were in it.
I don't that I do not know. I want to say we found something about a Knight of Templar or something. But do you know what that is?
I've heard of it.
It's a foot soldier for those foot soldiers for the Illuminati.
And isn't
Apparently.
that what they consider like nowadays? Because I know I've kind of briefly heard about it. I don't know if it's like a real true facts based thing, but isn't it like they're saying like pop stars and stuff like that are
Yeah.
now?
They're all doing the eye symbol and stuff like covering their eye. That's when you cover your one eye, that's a sign of the Illuminati. So you see all these different people doing like they'll be doing this over their eyes and stuff like that. That's the symbol of the Illuminati or the Freemasons.
Yeah, and they're saying that they're like Templar.
And Freemasons, from what I've been reading, is from my understanding on one website I was Googling and looking at, they were into like satanic stuff. I don't know
That's
how
crazy.
I like I said, don't know how true that is. But everything, a lot of stuff that we were seeing,
Well, and
some
you
of the stuff
know,
I was seeing was part of that.
Louisiana is like big for like
Dark magic.
it, dark
Yeah,
magic and stuff like
yeah,
that.
voodoo
So
stuff like that. Like I said, he came down to New Orleans from London, I want to say it was, and he was already a member in London of the Freemasons. He came to New Orleans. He had a son. Um, his son was in the Freemasons, and then he did the one I showed you a picture of. He didn't let his kids go in, or they didn't induct him in after that. But they were all buried in a tomb of the Freemasons in Metairie.
Wow.
that's wild.
Well, that's an
It's dark, dude.
interesting that's an interesting tidbit to look into.
Uh,
So,
that's like my own little theory I got going on about my family, though. I'm like, going in deep about my family and seeing that they were Freemasons and seeing them on their headstones and stuff. I'm just like, and then researching back, finding stuff that they were once part of the Illuminati and stuff. I'm just like, I'm kind of looking over my shoulder. Yeah, it's insane, but apparently that's on my mama's side. Like I said, we don't really know much about her dad's family, but all the stuff we were finding document wise, clearly something was going on that side of the family.
right.
Clearly,
All
Because
right.
that's
apparently,
Well, let's
oh yeah,
transition over. Let's transition over to our shower thoughts, and we'll wrap up the podcast with that. Um, so, have you ever been in the shower and then like something like just this thought just like blooms, right? So mine was, you ever wonder why so many like minority groups are screaming so loud to be heard?
yeah,
yeah,
Okay, you know how each minority group is like me, right?
yeah.
Has anybody ever tried to like stop talking? Like if everybody stopped talking and focus on actively listening, which goes to like relationship stuff or conspiracy theory stuff, like if you find yourself in a minority group, like we have to scream so loud because there's so many other voices wanting to be heard because nobody's actively listening. And there's a difference between active listening and like hearing. Like, so that was my shower thought.
yeah. I mean, a lot of and nowadays, with everything going on around the world and everything that's happening and this and that, you know, everybody everybody wants to voice their opinions, but they don't want to basically they want everybody to hear their opinions, but they don't want to hear everybody else's opinions. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I
Right.
feel
Yeah.
like I feel like they think their what's going on with them is is valued more. They think it's valued more than what's going on with other people. There's America is home of the free. I mean, well, home of the free and home of the brave and stuff like that. You know, that's like, like right now with police officers and stuff and everything that's going on, all them got like, sadly, they had right here in I want to say it was in Denham the other day. They had a police officer get shot. 20 minutes up the road from my house, he got shot in a parking lot. Those men, literally when they took that job, they took an oath to protect, to protect everybody, and obey all the laws and stuff. And you know, it's kind of like that. You got the police people talking about how they feel about it because like I said, they don't know if they're going to make it home every day. Because there's people out actively seeking them out.
Mm-hmm.
They voice their opinions. People bash them, hate on them and stuff like that. But it's like at the end of the day, those are the people that if something happens to you, they're the ones that are going to show up first.
Yeah, who you gonna call?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we had a police officer a few years ago. I think it was 2 years ago now. Get shot and killed just a mile up the road from me in the Home Depot parking lot. Um, I'm sure
see,
maybe you
that's
guys. I don't know if maybe you guys saw the stuff going on TikTok with him. It was Officer Dia, and
yeah, yeah,
mhm.
okay, yeah.
that was a mile up the road from me. Um,
Wow.
and on his radio call, his last words were, "Tell my family I love them."
Yeah, sad. See, well, that's another thing I'm talking about.
Yep.
Honda's actually doing a raffle and stuff for that police officer's family. He's
Right. Yep. I saw that.
stuff like that.
Yep.
He's doing. I love how Hondo gets into the community, and I love how when something like that happens, he has him and his people have a good way of bringing everyone together and
Oh yeah.
donating and helping the families out.
And you'd be
Another picture.
surprised how much people are out there that actually are willing to help somebody like that.
Yep, it's beautiful though.
I'm
Like I said, we
actually.
need a lot more
You
kindness
guys
and
can
love in
keep
this world.
talking, but I'm gonna work on getting Hondo's thing pulled up here.
Thing pulled up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying, this world needs a lot more love, kindness, and stuff in it.
And a
All the
lot
countries.
more listening than
Yeah.
talking.
Well, it's like, around the world, all these different countries are going through their own battles, they're rioting, they're waging wars and stuff like that. And, it's just, we need to find peace, you know.
If we're not so focused on ourselves and we're focused on more about other people, but not like
Here we go.
other people as in like what they're
I mean, it's just, I love seeing everybody just
Mm-hmm.
jump up together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um.
And I believe his gun store it's called 2Gs. And I
Yep.
think
Two
it's linked
G's.
down there in the bottom of his thing. So
Yep, and just want to say, you know, Corporal Kelly, the police officer that was, had that happen to him, you know, praying for him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
If he has any kids, praying for them too. I hope hope he makes it through, and I hope he can get back to how he used to be, healthy and happy.
Oh,
definitely.
100%. Let's see here. Oh wow, look at that. There's 100. There's already 100 people on the raffle.
Wow, so that was quick.
Wow. That
Mm-hmm.
and he just posted that too.
Yep. Yep.
He
There's.
might need to extend it. Yeah, see that dude that he's raffling the gun off for, that's a really good man too. He won that gun and he won that gun in another raffle for like another thing like that. So now he took that gun and he put it back into this raffle to make more money for that family. So it's that dude's a really good man.
That's
And,
crazy.
and it looks like he's
It is, man.
actually, the auction is about to go live here in
Oh
about
wow,
10
okay.
minutes. Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
I
Hundo,
just
we're very proud of you. We're very proud to be. I know you're gonna watch this stream afterwards, but we're definitely very proud of you. Um,
definitely
it's really awesome, very awesome. All right,
keep
A
doing
lot of
great
good
things
work.
for the community.
yeah, he is. Do you guys have any funny shower thoughts to share that are appropriate to share publicly?
Why is your belly look so big in the shower, but then you throw clothes on and it doesn't look big at all?
I wish we all had that problem.
All
I don't really
right.
have any shower thoughts. I literally just hop in the shower, man, and I literally just get straight to it. I wash my hair, body, and I get my ass out.
I
Shit, I
have
got things to
business.
do.
I think of like business ideas. Like I don't know why, but like taking a dump and taking a shower. I think about making money for some reason.
See, I sing in the shower.
You sing in
That's
the
about it. I
shower?
Singing
just,
in the shower.
hell yeah, I sing in the shower. Be in there getting out, be a whole damn soap opera up in that bitch.
I'm gonna send him that song. Singing in the shower. Not
Shit,
empty.
I'll throw on some Luke Combs on my phone, baby, or some Morgan Wallen or some Bailey Zimmerman, man. I just get down in there. I'll be in there for 30 minutes just singing.
He in there with the bottle of shampoo.
Yeah, just getting down, baby. I washed my hair 4 times already, about to do it a fifth.
And let's see. There is Hundo's Facebook. You guys want to go check it out? All right. Well,
See. Oh, you put it in the comments? Cool, cool.
yep. Yep. Put it right there for everybody to see.
Yes, indeed.
So, what's everybody
Scott's
got
still got
planned
bit-
for the rest of the week? What you got?
Work.
You be bowed up, huh?
Yeah, work. Like
Oh,
that song. Work.
let's see. This week. Okay, so we got to go we bought a snowball stand.
Oh
We're,
yeah.
we're gonna be selling. I got to go get it wrapped. We named it Finny and Ruse. We named that after our puppy dogs. Trying to find the picture so I can show y'all the thing or whatever.
So,
Which
you're going to
I
be
think it's
doing
absolutely
what?
adorable. I'm gonna be slinging snowballs.
Nice.
Okay, so that's our logo. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
that's
Look at
cool.
that.
Yep. And this is the snowball stand. Like I said, we're about to go. We're gonna go get it wrapped in our thing. But that's the picture of it. I gotta go pick it up Friday.
Dude, I'm so excited for you. Like you have no
Uh,
idea.
dude, I just mom. That's one thing I can say about my wife. Being a strong, independent woman. The only thing that woman talks about or thinks about 24/7 is ways where she can make money. And I literally believe up and down that she will be a millionaire in the next 2 years. I really do think that she'll be making millions of dollars a year.
Nice.
I've never met a more hardworking and driven woman in my life. And I'm so proud to call her my wife.
All right. Well,
But yeah, we're gonna do stuffed snowballs, ice cream.
hey, Hundo is live.
Nice.
Florida, so
I got it pulled up.
He's driving to Florida.
He's whipping it.
That's awesome.
I
All
hope I
right, guys.
win.
Oh,
All
I gotta
right.
head out.
Well, you guys have a great day. Thank you guys all for being
Y'all too.
here. And I'm gonna mute this because, all right. I thank
Yeah,
you
that's
guys.
mine.
Hi guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are two dudes and a chick, and yeah, we'll be live next week. We were doing Wednesday just because of scheduling, but we are going to try to be live again next Tuesday. Don't
Yep.
be afraid to join our Discord. It's pinned up at the top. And if you guys have topics that you guys want us to talk about or comments about what we've discussed in the podcast, feel free to have a conversation there. So thank you for being here, and we'll catch you next week.
Later.
Well,